Need to hear one of our shows again? We've got them on podcast. Go to fmmoneytalkradio.com. Scroll down to Podcast on Demand. Pick your show and it's on. Podcast on fmmoneytalkradio.com.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Café is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Café studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Café and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Café. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
At the end of October, you know what the sad thing is? When October goes, then November comes, and you know the cold weather sets in. A balmy 78 degrees.
I don't know. I still got a fan on me, so that's all I can tell you.
In New York at this time, this was my uptime in New York. Right? I sold more than ever. I did more than ever because the change of temperature used to make it cooler for you to feel a whole lot nicer.
A whole lot more rejuvenated and
in Florida, I just more sweaty.
No.
Oh yeah, you sweat like crazy in Florida.
That's why you have that extra powerful soap that you use. And since you missed our morning show when Freddie was talking about his soap, we shall reintroduce the soap.
I don't know what she's talking about.
The scrub, the lie that you scrub your body with, that you do not share your soap.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dawn has entered a new echelons of insanity. and she said it this morning, she is now, what are you?
Integrated.
She's integrated, if you know what I mean. So we're going to have a little fun. And, you know, I like today because we got some new friends, some more old friends, throwbacks, new stuff coming in. I don't know when he's coming back, but new stuff coming in. The conversations I have with people are just very strange.
But happy Monday to you. It's been a great morning. I'm really excited because I just spoke to England. And Barry, I'm going to call you after the show. I spoke with Tony McKenzie, and she is our new European correspondent collaborator, bringing this forward. That our Transmedia Network
when Freddie
really
asked for a collaborator.
Did I not get it for
anchor
you?
Stuff. She says, "Are you insane?"
You're a little insane, but did I not bring you what you asked for?
Yeah, but I said the same words you said. I guess your English is much better than mine.
It's a whole lot sexier.
Is it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So Tony's going to be joining us on Wednesday to kick it off, and she's got some amazing women. And you know what? It's all about bringing people forward from the United States to Europe and abroad, because at the end of the day, we're all people. Doesn't matter our hair color, eye color, skin color, religion, ethnicity. We are all who we are, and this is just going to bring it that much more forward, and I'm excited. Sorry, we were talking menopause. I think Mia got so aggravated she walked out of the room, pretty much. But you know what? Right, we all go through that as well, is all I can tell you. But it's the great leveling ground.
Men don't go through that.
Really?
We
Only
live,
if you're with us.
We live with that, but we don't go through that. She's talking about the transatlantic media platform, where we are sending product to Europe, and Europe is sending us product back and forth, so we can have some dialogue and deliver it the way we do. They're crazy about how we do it over there. Don't know why.
I don't either,
I
but
don't either.
as sexy as we think it is to be in Europe, is as amazing as they want to have their product and their voices heard in the States. So it's going to be a great situation, and we're kicking that off on Wednesday. She's going to be joining us on the show.
And who better to lead that out than with Jay Harmon, who does the pencil art. What's behind me?
Prince.
Okay.
I know you asked for Spartacus, and Slick decided this goes a whole lot better with Queen. He wanted you to have Prince, do a little black and white, little feng shui. There's a little black and white, and then there's me with a papa collar is all
But
I
it'd
can
be
tell
kind of
you.
nice if you tell me who's behind me.
What?
Because here I was going to blow up Spartacus.
Spartacus. We can bring Spartacus out. He loves Spartacus. And then we know we'll do is behind me, we're going to put this lovely lady in pink because we'll be putting breast cancer. A lot of things have come forward today. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And everything I have seen, it's more people want to talk about prevention as well as awareness about how can we get in front of this instead of always having to be on the reactive side. And I'm excited. We have a small set today. We've got Jay Harmon, his beautiful wife, Barbara, joining us, talking about what it's like to be a survivor, a thriver, going through the process in the middle of everything we've gone through, and the spouse's side. We also have our longtime friend, Christine Kiefer, with us, and she's over at the other side of the studio, keeping everyone safe and socially distanced. We've got Val and me on the board. Slick is running the floor. We're
And
almost
Vinny's
good to
running
go.
the
And
microwave.
Vinny's running the microwave, and we're all good.
Oh, well, okay.
I have to tell you, it's all about delivery. This looks so ever sexy, doesn't it?
What the hell is that?
Water.
In a glass?
Why not?
Wine not.
Why
Bada boom.
not?
Wine not.
Right? I'm thinking about all these beautiful glasses. Why do I always put my water in a plastic cup? And we talk about prevention, right, for breast cancer. Plastic is, they say, not so very good for your health. So why not? This is strictly water. So cheers to you. I got water, you got coffee.
Do you know that water in a glass is healthier for you than water in a plastic bottle?
Exactly what they tell me. So
Except that water came out of a plastic bottle.
yeah, I know. That's the other
Just
side
saying.
of this whole thing. I know. It's a little bit of a disconnect. I got to figure out how to work on that. But Tracy from Healing Moments has some water from Kangen water, and it helps so many people with so many things, different alkalinities, and that always comes in a glass bottle. And we have some right over there.
Now, I'm glad that Jay's on here because people were already writing in and talking about your last show, which I missed. I had to go, I had an appointment. But I was watching it from my appointment, and everybody around, it's really funny because with the virus and everything, nobody wants to get close.
Right.
So they had me hold my phone up like this.
So you could share it where you were?
So people could see, and I'm moving it around like this. And the lady over here says, I don't see enough. So I gotta go like this. And this was me for the 30 minutes. I'm going like this.
I got to tell you though, normally you sit and do Jay's show, and I'm usually running around doing something else. And I got to sit with Slick and do it. And as you all know, I've had this crazy migraine for 6 weeks, and it's finally, thankfully, I don't even want to say it, getting better. And I sat on watching Jay's show and going, wow, Jay, you're actually so relaxed that I could go to sleep in a good way. Because I have like 20 tabs open in my brain a lot of times, and I sat and Slick and I just chilled, sitting where you and Barbara are sitting, going, wow, this is really nice. And Slick wants to take Jay's drawing class.
He does.
Yep. Slick,
Can
had
you
to grab
draw?
the mic.
I can't draw, but
Slick, we got to get you a mic.
technical.
He can help
Oh,
technical
he'll be able to do it.
difficulties. But I'm really glad that Jay and Barbara are here, and we've known you both for quite a while. I mean, it's been years already since we were at the other place when we met Jay and Barbara, and all that you've been going through in the middle of all this craziness. We moved here, and Barbara, share with us a little bit about your story. Just got to talk into your mic.
Good afternoon. I'm Barbara Harmon. I just want to let you know that it's very important for you ladies or men to have a mammography every year. For 20 years, I have had a mammography done, and this past November, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it just went from one thing to the other. So from being diagnosed at the end of November.
I just need you to talk in your mic, maybe move the other hand, or swap hands, whatever's better for you.
Or swab, you know,
There you
back
go.
and forth.
And so then in December, I had to have another ultrasound, another mammogram done, another biopsy done, and the day after Christmas, my primary doctor called because she was going away and told me that it was cancer, breast cancer, and as far as they knew, it was tiny. It was 2 centimeters, and from there I went to the surgeon, and that day with the surgeon, I spoke to her team, which is the radiologist and the oncologist and the dietitian. And so I ended up having a lumpectomy in the end of February 28th. And the radiologist, the oncologist said to me at that point, before the operation, she said, I'm almost certain that you're not going to have chemo. She said, but we will wait until the final stuff comes back after surgery. You will have to have radiation. So my surgeon said to me in February, the end of February, she said, you would be qualified to wear this, they call it a savvy, and it's a port, where they would radiate just a portion of where the tumor was, and it would be something that they put in, she puts it in, and it had 9 wires sticking out of it. And we put it in on March 13th, Friday, March 13th. On the 9th of March,
Closer,
we were with
closer.
my brother-in-law. We were with my brother-in-law and my sister and my other sister from Alaska, and we had dinner at my house. And then my brother-in-law, on Monday, when I'm going to have this radiation treatment, he goes in the hospital with pneumonia, thinking that it was COVID. So I had to and when you have the savvy put in, you have it for a week, twice a day for a week. And it only radiates the tissue on the inside, not the whole breast. So I had to tell my radiologist on the 16th that my brother-in-law is now in the hospital with this. So I and Jay could have been exposed to this virus. So they took that savvy out on the 17th of March. And the savvy, the surgeon put it in, 1, 2, 3. It's like not even a 5-minute procedure. She numbs the area, that's it. It was taken out just as easy. And then I ended up having radiation of the whole breast for 20 treatments, April through May.
So let me back to November. You
Yes.
had gone every year,
Yes.
no
No
symptoms,
problems.
no problems, no
No, I
history,
had no symptoms.
nothing.
No.
It was just a routine mammogram. So thankfully they were able to find it on a routine mammogram.
Yes. And then they brought me back in for an ultrasound and another mammogram. And then I had to go for a biopsy of both breasts. And so before I had the surgery in February, they put a seed in the day before. And it's put in with like a little needle. It's not really anything. The operation took probably 45 minutes to an hour. And then I had it done as an outpatient. And she's very good. I have 3 scars.
Are you always this calm? Have you all been this calm through the whole thing?
No. Ask Jay.
Well,
I have my days.
No, but, the whole thing that, I don't know, we tease about this is that we got a double shot of 2020. Because it's not just everything else that's going on. No, we have this too.
you got this too in the middle of everything.
But the radiation went well. I did end up with an infection at the end of radiation, which they called cellulitis. And they put me on an antibiotic for 10 days. and it's gone away. But she did do, so I have a scar like right here, and that's where she took the tumor out. Then I have a scar where they put the savvy in, which is about 3/4 of an inch, and then she took 3 lymph nodes out. So it wasn't in my lymph nodes, thank God. And so the lymph nodes is the thing that gives me a problem. I don't know about the other 2. They're really great, but the lymph nodes has a lot of scar tissue in it, and every once in a while I can feel it, but it's getting better.
Well, I've got a great person for you to meet who can help you with that. Tracy McDonough from Healing Moments.
Okay.
She does a lot of post-surgical mastectomy and post-surgical scar work.
Right.
She was a client. She was.
I tried to get her today, but she ended up getting 3 calls this morning of people coming in, which is great for business. So she's right. I think, Jay, you've met her.
Yes, I have.
She's right up the street, and this is one of her fortes is what she does,
Oh,
is to
okay.
help break up that scar tissue because
Right.
it's so painful.
Right.
And this is what she does, so I know she can help you with
Well,
that
we've
also.
been doing also a lot of exercising, like yoga for seniors, because of course I am a senior. This Qigong, is that right, Jay?
Qigong.
Qigong. And we also started silver sneakers. So it's very important to be doing some kind of exercises either before, which may help. And my oncologist told me, walk every day. But I cannot handle the heat, so we decided to do inside, and we go to the pool. So I would say 5 out of 7 days we do one of those exercises. And even though it hurts, well, not today, but sometimes it will hurt this way or hurt this way, but it's getting a lot better. And you figure that was, 7 months ago? So I'm really pleased. I'm very pleased with my surgeon, my oncologist, and my radiologist, and my dietitian. So
Did
I
you
have
change your food as well?
I did, but I'm kind of like bad right this moment. I'm going through that spurt.
What did they change for you?
Oh, well, I always ate a lot of fruit and vegetables. I had more meat than I should have, or red meat. We try to have a lot of chicken and fish, but I am getting to
Vegan.
the... Huh?
Vegan.
Yes, but I should go that way. But I am getting so tired of chicken meals. And I got to a point, you asked me if I'm always calm. I got to the point of,
Why is Jay laughing?
I know what she's...
because Jay doesn't normally cook, okay? So I said, I am not doing this anymore. I can't stand having chicken every night. So if you want something, and we have to eat, you're gonna do most of the cooking now. So we've got him going a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh,
Nice.
that's great.
And so then I'm still in the kitchen helping out, but he's taken
Yeah.
over.
And I'm not
the
that bad a
job.
cook either, I found out. It's okay.
So he does chicken different ways than I did it. And I did learn something. I belong to support groups for the cancer. And that sugar is a bad thing
Yeah.
for cancer.
It feeds.
Sugar is
It
about, and
feeds-
Christine, that goes right into what you used to do. But
Yes.
sugar it feeds a lot of the itises, and right, it causes a lot of inflammation.
It does. It does. And so my dietitian, went that way, and she's also the head of the support groups that I go to online. And one is just for breast cancer, one is for cancer overall, and one is for brain. So I've learned a lot from those support groups. And I have to tell you something very funny. When I went in to the surgeon, and I had Jay, my daughter, and my sister, and the surgeon says, and she's drawing all this stuff down, and she's saying, "You have a happy cancer." I've never heard that expression before, but it made me feel so good. It was taken off my shoulder. Like, she said, "There's not going to be a problem with this." And when she said a happy cancer, who ever heard of a happy cancer? Cancer is always not good. And so that saying, I guess she just had the right words at the right time, really uplifted me, and I felt so much better leaving there. And I said, I can do this.
And
Right?
what's a happy cancer?
The kind I had.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
And
there
that's-
there are you know
Less
there are
aggressive.
cancers
Less
that aren't
aggressive.
happy.
Less
My-
aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah, aggressive.
You know, I'm hearing your story, and I'm asking, and I need to ask, because when my mother was diagnosed, she was diagnosed as a 0, but my niece, who is not very bright, told me it was a 4. So I yanked out of here so fast that I didn't need a plane. I got on a plane to Puerto Rico, and I was there in 24 hours.
right.
And I had a specialist here, and she said, Freddie, relax. It's a 0, but they went in and removed tissue.
Yeah.
They removed the breast.
Exactly.
Because what they did was they didn't want the outside cells,
Correct.
which can always go in a bad way. Those are
Correct.
the unhappy
Right.
cancers. So
They-
Correct.
you saying happy cancer, I remember when they told her that, because
Right.
she was a nervous wreck. And if the cancer doesn't kill you, the nervous tension, you can
Right.
cut it with a knife. That'll kill you.
Anxiety.
Right.
So I want to ask you, is this procedure that they're doing to you, did for you, is this new?
The Savvy, which I was going to have, is about 25 years old, they said.
Okay.
But only certain people with the certain qualifications can have it done.
Gotcha.
Not every person that is diagnosed with breast cancer either has to have radiation chemo, and I have to thank God, because I have a friend that has an acquaintance, and she has 2 small children. She's of the Jewish descent, and she went in the same time that I did and found out that she had breast cancer. Small also, in the beginning stages. I was in one. She had to have a double mastectomy because in her family background, they had the BRCA, is that how you say it? And so when I said to Jay, I said, you know, I'm 71, I'm handling this right now, but to be in your 40s and you have 2 little ones that are 9 years old, then have double mastectomy, she had to go through radiation, she had to go through chemo, and now she had, help me.
Radiation?
No, after the chemo was done, then she had a breast.
Reconstruction?
Yes, thank you.
Reconstruction.
So, I mean, yes, it could be worse, but, and they say it's either 1 out of every 8 people, ladies, or 1 out of every 5. So please get checked, please. And I had no symptoms. So they said that if I would have let this go, probably would have been a couple of years before I would have noticed a lump. And by that time, it probably would have been in stage 3 or stage 4.
It's interesting every year, and I say this to you every year, and you get the results in Boca Raton very quickly. You get them before you actually leave most of the hospital centers. But that half hour that you wait is some of the most stressful 30 minutes, and you try to pretend it's all good and you're not worried and everyone's sitting around you, but you're sitting there waiting
Oh,
for
yes.
this, right, this to come back, but you have to go. You cannot say, I don't need to, it was fine last year. You have to go and be proactive and
Oh,
always
definitely.
get your screenings.
Definitely.
This-
Well,
this-
the radiologist told me when I went in the second time, she said to me, it doesn't look normal. So by the time I'm coming out, I'm already knowing that it's what she's thinking. So there's approximately 2.5 weeks in there. I'm knowing that, and I'm telling him, but he's saying, you don't know that for sure. I'm going, well, he wasn't in with me at that particular point. And I said, well, that's what the radiologist, he says, no, you don't know that. Well, it was the day after Christmas that we definitely found out that's what it was. And, but I had those 2 weeks to kind of like think about it. And then I didn't even tell my sister, who I'm really close to, until the Monday after Christmas. So 4 days went by. And she says, why didn't you tell me? I said, well, I didn't want to wreck your time, and I didn't want to. My sister from Vegas was coming in on New Year's Day, and I knew I couldn't tell her right away, so because she would have had me going nuts crying. And so we worked it all out, and we did good, right?
Yeah,
everything
and
worked out.
fortunately, we, at that time, before the holidays, long before the holidays, we had planned a cruise, and we were going on a cruise down to the Caribbean in February. And so after the thing was diagnosed, she asked the surgeon, she said, could I still go on the cruise? Would it be okay? And she told her, she said, yes, it would be okay. Because right now it's not going to make a difference if we have the surgery before or after the cruise. It's not going to change.
Did you go on the cruise?
We did.
We did,
10
and it
days.
was just before
That's what I'm wondering.
hell broke loose.
We got back on the 16th of February, I think.
It was
It was
just a
10
couple
days.
weeks before
But she-
everything happened.
She told me I would definitely tell you if you needed that operation tomorrow, but she says go, enjoy, and then we had the operation on February
Yeah,
28th.
and we're so thankful we did.
Yeah.
Well, the scariest thing is when they see something and they want you to go back in, because all hell breaks loose. And I know that you ladies have to go through what you got to go through, and psychologically, I can only imagine how, or I can't imagine how much that wears and tears just on everything, your perspective on life, your kids, everything around you. But I'm going to tell you something about guys. Guys got a front. This is what he was doing. He says, you're going to be okay. Everything's all right. But inside, we die too, because we don't know what's going on either. And we are already thinking if it's negative, and we got to go in, and we got to be, and you got to think of side steps to make this thing doable. You know, because psychologically what the women have to go through, it's a tough deal. You know, so I got to applaud your courage to keeping her on track.
He's been very good.
It's-
My sisters, my friends, they have given me, going through radiation, they have given me all the support. And like I said, God was up there watching over me. And
I remember that.
but the radiation, I must say, you know, you don't know what to expect when you go in there. And they have this big machine that goes up and over you, and it takes like 10 minutes. That's it. 10 minutes for 20 days. And the only time I felt anything was like I ended on a Wednesday, and the Friday before I just felt like a little tingling, and the other time I was thinking, is anything happening in there? You know, is it being radiated? Is it? Because I was fine.
That's amazing.
So.
If I could share something here, that the timing of this was just, it couldn't have been at a weirder time because of everything else that was going on. And so here we are, and we find out that now we've got to be quarantined. She's dealing with this. She's only got me to deal with, and I'm her sole support right here. We're in our home. We can't leave. We're there, and fortunately, we found out that we are actually like each other.
And on that note, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, what it's like to be quarantined with your spouse and going through what you're going through.
And find out you like each other.
How about that? How many years you been married?
It will be 8 in November.
All right, stay tuned. And we've got Christine with us as well. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. More to come with Jay and Barbara Harmon, and we will be right back.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting Café to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
AskDearAbby.com. Dear Abby is a life coaching company that was founded by Abby Awotasu. At Dear Abby, we believe in empowering single women to unapologetically own their identities and grow in self-love. We know that in order for you to find true, meaningful, lasting love, you must first love and fully embrace yourself, flaws and all. Contact us today at AskDearAbby.com for your personalized coaching session that will get you on the path to ultimately finding your soulmate. And follow Dear Abby on social media at AskDearAbby on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome back. Listen, Carrie and Sherry, if you can share out the show today one time, I am not in jail, but I would appreciate it. Also, Slick is very happy. He went from a demon this morning to happiness.
He was not
He's
a
clapping.
demon. He was
Look
a
at
little
him.
groggy. It was a
Yeah,
Monday morning.
He's clapping. He's dancing. You gonna dance on the piano, Fred?
I'm not a morning guy, so
You're not a morning guy.
to be honest, ladies, I'm not a morning guy.
I know you are. How many months do I know you?
7, 8, 9.
10? 7. Every morning you're the morning guy. Today,
I'm not a morning
I bet you check your phone. You got
especially
some
after the weekend.
positive messages.
Positive, yeah, a lot of positivity.
And I have to thank, we got our little delivery today from Grandmapreneur Connie Anuki. So she says, just when everyone's doing their second stage in life, third stage, fourth stage, Connie was a writing professor at, where was she, like Johns Hopkins, like some spectacular school. And then she decided she had to retire because she had so many great ideas that she wanted to promote and create. She created this little gadget called the Tip and Split, which is unbelievable. There's all kinds of pieces in here. And Freddie,
go by
she
Dawn.
actually took it all for us. This is a Tip and Split. There's a magnifying glass. It's just the directions. And there's a light, and you can put your tip in, and you figure out you go to a restaurant with a light. I got it. There
This
you
is
go.
the
Here's
best.
the light.
This is the best gizmo. When you ever go to a restaurant and they want to save a what? You can't see the menu, right?
Oh,
What they
look
give
at
you
that.
menu?
Definitely.
Shit.
So if your bill's like $50 and you figure, all right, you got to split the tip. I don't know how it works. I got to read the directions. And you just hit enter and it figures it out and there's the light and it comes in this really,
you can
really
see it.
great. You can totally see it. You can see the menu. And actually, now with the magnifying glass, I can actually read the instructions on how to figure out how to do it. It's a beautiful thing. You know what happens? I get all this fun stuff in the mail, all these things I order on Amazon, but you can't read the instructions. This is so great. It's got the magnifying glass, the light, and you can read everything. Look at that.
And she removed the little thing for the battery. You know, you have a little thing with the battery. You're supposed to remove it so it turns on. And people send it back because they don't realize you got to remove. She actually removed it for us. It says, take it out. We don't need it.
Unbelievable. So thank you to Connie. You can get these on her website, thegrandmapreneur.com. Go to a restaurant that helps you with the menus. If you go out, you want to figure the tip, how to split up the bill with everyone. This is great. She created this, 68 years old.
Make sure you
Now
talk
she's
to light,
72.
because you're going to kill it.
And she's got some great products. So there is one here, and I know Mia wanted one. Here. I don't-
Everybody wants one.
And it comes in this really handy dandy pouch. Look at this.
You got to turn off the light.
I know. I'm going to pass it over to you to do that. But look how cool this is, Dad. You can put this right in your dad bag, and you're good to go.
Put it right there.
Now,
And there you have it.
The funny, you left the light on.
I've got to let you take care of that.
Now, in here, there's a few people in here, a friend of ours who also had a change of career. Oh, God. I don't know how to turn this off.
I know. That's why you got to read the directions.
I think it's 3 settings. 3 settings. It's probably 3 settings of light, so keep pressing the light button.
Oh, Slick, you might be right.
Yeah.
Here, because you know what, I'm done. But we have somebody in here who has
It just
changed.
talks about going with enter. Here, Slick. Here's the
Hit
directions.
enter until it enters off.
Pretty much is what it tells you.
Just keep
Enter,
hitting
and you have
enter
the
every
option
time.
to split the bill, and then it goes to 1. No. But this is awesome. Thank you, Connie. I know Mia wants to take one over to her restaurant because she said there are so many people that can't read the menu on the bar. So Mia, she sent one for you as well. One for you, one for me, and one for Mia. But if you guys would like one, we'd be more than happy to give one to you also. And take it. I won't give yours away. Thank you, Slick. The
Well,
light's
it's
still
not
on.
open.
That,
seems
that,
on.
that backlight.
Let me see the light in the back.
That's all.
Oh, that's the backlight?
Yeah, that backlight. That's the backlight to this. Yeah.
You and I are old. That's all I can tell
We're
you.
not old. It's very dark in these places.
I know, all I can tell you is you and I can't even figure out the tip and split that a grandma created. Pop up. What's that got to tell you? 53 and me?
It's gonna turn off.
That sounds like that genetic testing, right?
Turn
50, that's
off, right?
23 and me. 53 and me. Here you go. Here's this.
It ain't off.
And we've got Christine
No, that's
here,
the
and I know,
backlight. Those
Christine, we're
three
going to
lights
talk
are the
about
backlight.
insurance, but we met you and you were working at
Yeah,
a
see?
gym and nutrition,
Yeah, it's the
and
backlight.
Barbara talks about sugar.
It's gonna turn off by itself. I
Absolutely.
think it turns off automatically.
I mean, I'm still, I've been in fitness for over 20 some years. It's a very big part of my life. It always will be. I just had to make a few career changes with everything with COVID that happened. It was a little crazy. Plus, I was ready for a new challenge. I kind of wanted to do something a little bit more in the professional realm, Figured, let me make a pivot. It still falls within line with my goals, still helping a lot of people. But yeah, sugar is a big, big thing, and I try and teach my clients that as well. I still talk to people about that. One thing a lot of people say is I eat a lot of fruit too. Fruit also is sugar, and people don't realize that. So I always tell people I eat fruit. I do my berries in my breakfast and stuff, but I try to limit the amount of fruit that I eat daily. Only 1 or 2 servings, and a serving size is actually quite small. And what people think. So you have to also think about the fruit as well.
And the
yes, there's
different kinds of
nutrients.
fruit,
It's
right?
good. Yeah. Some are higher glycemic than others, absolutely. Like bananas, they're very good for you. I eat a half a banana because a whole one's a lot of sugar.
Yep. And we talk about that.
Yeah, so diabetics
Yes,
can't even eat a whole
grapes.
banana because our sugar goes crazy. And
Yes.
it's funny because Barbara and I belong to a very special group, and we used to
I forgot about that.
People used to talk about, we used to sit right next to each other, and people used to talk in that special group about, oh, I had 5 pounds of fruit. Why am I gaining weight? Or, 5 pounds is 5 pounds.
It's
No matter
like
what
people
it
who
is.
do the smoothies and the juicing, and they get all these great juices, and they're great with all the sugar, or the acai bowls, delicious, but you got to look at your sugar content.
Yeah, but I eat healthy, and I would get this from clients, and I'm like, okay, let's talk about what you eat, and I like them to keep a diary for me. I want to see what they're doing in their lifestyle, because I always wanted to stay in people's lifestyles. If you try and take someone so far out of their lifestyle, you're not setting them up for success. So most people fall in a category that they're eating pretty close, but there's a few adjustments, and you're going to be fine. Calories in versus calories out is always going to be the science of it, no matter how you look at it. At the end of the day, protein is always going to trump everything when you're feeding your body and you build everything else around it. But fruit, your body cannot recognize processed sugar versus fruit sugar. At the end of the day, it still all goes in there and represents sugar.
It's
It
all
breaks down
sugar,
the
sugar.
same day.
Now, is
Breaks
it
down
better
as the
to
same
have
thing.
natural sugar than the fake sugars for the body?
You mean
Well,
like
of
cough
course.
supplements?
Of course, your body's going to process it differently and utilize it. However, too many grams of sugar, whether it's fake or it's real, it's still going to be that amount of sugar in your body. It's still sugar.
Now, are you working still with clients? In
I
that
do,
field? You
yes,
still do? Because
I
I
do.
know you used to do the booty boot camp thing.
Yep.
And I heard men and women, they used to leave your place crying because they needed to get an Uber to pick them up to take them home or take them to their car.
Well, yes, I am the booty master, but yeah, I still
Oh,
do
no,
that.
I heard it was
do.
pretty intense.
Yeah, I
That's
don't teach
what I
the
heard.
class at the gym anymore, you know, and I never worked for the gym. I was always an independent contractor, and I like being my own boss. You know, I'm very independent. I'm very self-motivated. I get up every single morning before the sun gets up, you know.
And are
But-
you still doing it at the gym?
No,
You're not doing it then?
no.
Okay. And are you working out in any other particular place with groups, or are you going to people's homes? How are you working?
You know what? Right
Proportion.
now, I have a couple of clients that have been coming to my garage. I set up my garage. I have weights. I have a BOSU. I have TRX. I have bands. You know, I
And
know.
where do you live? No kidding.
Right in Delray, you know, and I have everything that we need. I also, where I live in Delray, we have 5 parks, and right down the street, there's another park on Barwick, and it has a whole outside space with tons of apparatuses and everything. So even during the pandemic, like I was just walking and doing all these things. I had surgery in the middle of the pandemic, so I couldn't work out too much, but it was very eye-opening, and I still have some of my clients were like, all right, well, we need to do something. And I'm like, well, we can be outside. I got tons of stuff, you know, and they've had just as much success as being in a gym. You really don't. I believe, yes, you need weight training, but sometimes you can do a little too much, you know. Let's just keep you active, keep you healthy, keep everything moving, and there's so many more ways to work out the body than just with a barbell or something, you know.
Yep.
And being able to do things at home.
I wanted to do something called parking lot workouts, but it never stops raining in Florida.
I know.
That's the problem. So it's going to
We
be
have
raining
had a
parking
lot
lot
of rain.
workouts. But I wanted to do that because parking lots are very wide, like they do with the cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you put a set where you're on top, and you wear a microphone, and you talk. And the next thing you know, and people come in and you train them, and you do sets. Because let me tell you something, when I coach down here in Florida, football, as opposed to New York, this heat will get you skinny like this. You got to stay hydrated. You got to drink more
Well, that's
water
the other thing.
because of the heat.
Well, you know, I do a lot of high intensity interval type training in my workouts, you know, like with weights and stuff. So during the summertime when we were in the heat of the humidity, you know, my one couple, it's a mother and daughter, and they would come and I would tell them, okay, let's work. You're feeling it. I have my fan set up and everything. All right, take a moment, hydrate. I didn't push them as hard as I'm pushing them now when the humidity has dropped, obviously. So you do. You just want to be mindful. And when you first start working out outside, especially with the heat and humidity, you're not going to be able to go for that hour-long workout like you did indoors, you know. So you want to kind of build yourself up, but the body adjusts just like everything else. And after a period of time, you'll be able to do it like it's nothing.
And I love that you guys, Jay and Barbara, that you're working out at home in Qigong, and
On
you
YouTube.
actually still like each other. So that's positive.
I was trying
And
to stay away from
I
that
have to tell you, Barbara, and we moved in here right about when you started going through everything.
Yes.
And Jay,
Right.
he kept it so close to the vest. He never said anything. He's like, I have going through some things with Barbara, totally respectful of where you were and where you were as a couple. Never said he said she's got one more treatment, and then we didn't hear from him for a while. And then he says, but you know what? And I didn't realize you had only been married for 8 years. I mean, I feel like you guys have been together for so long.
Well,
And
we both lost our spouses.
oh, I'm sorry.
And mine was in 95 and Jay's was in 208. And so, yeah, so, you know.
And he says that you come together and you like each other, which is, and we laugh about it, but I have to tell you, my sister's a divorce attorney, and her business right now has skyrocketed because
Oh,
people
wow.
learned that you can tolerate sometimes your person you live with, and everyone goes to work and they come home, and that little bit of time is okay.
Right.
But when you're actually in it and through something potentially catastrophic, you realize, can I really do this? And you guys at the other end of it, the other side of this, have come out stronger and vibrant, and you work out together and you cook together, and I mean, that's a testimony in itself. So congratulations to you guys. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's been quite a process going through this whole vent that we've gone through, and the timing, as I said, is probably couldn't have been at a worse time for things to happen and to really be tested. I kept telling her, I said, this is all a test. This is all a test just to see how we're going to do. And each time another step we got further, I said, we did that. Okay, let's go on to the next, on to the next thing, and on to the next. So I guess I was kind of like her life coach, you know, through the whole process. And because I've had experiences in my past with cancer, in that my mother in the 1980s got breast cancer, and she was misdiagnosed, and when they finally found it, it was like stage 4, and but they managed to get it all. They got she had a mastectomy, and they got it all. But however, within a couple years, and you got to remember this is 30 years ago, within a couple years it came back in her lymph nodes, and it was just too much. It was just too much, and it was fatal. But you know, that's something you just gotta take care of. You got to take care of these. You know, take care of this.
Well, it's funny because they told me that everybody has cancer. It's just how the body
Right. I
reacts
guess you're born
around
with it, but you just how you're.
Different cells.
and different things go out of whack, and it's like anything else. And we talked about this today on the morning show. That we talked about things bad are going to happen, and it's how we make our adjustments is the way you come out on top. And you got to make adjustments, and having tests done is important. Watching your sugar, watching your weight, all that.
When I used to work for a dermatologist, he used to say, if you have
Barbara,
skin,
talking to you, Mike.
if you have skin cancer, that means that there's cancer also growing, like you said, in your body. So, you know, then you talk.
Yeah.
All
We'll
bets
help
are
you
off.
out.
She's
Now,
got her
I know
alarm.
that Christine, I know that you changed careers, right? What is it that
I
you're
did.
doing now?
You know what? 2020 came at us, and like you said, everybody was faced with a lot of things. And being in fitness, as much as I love it, the one thing I'd been struggling with it the past 2 years, I get it built up, and then something happens and it kind of falls down, and then you got to build it back up, and then it comes down, and it was this constant roller coaster. Well, at 45 years old, turning 46 years old, I told my husband, I said, you know, I think I really need to start pivoting in another direction because I'm not doing something right. Something isn't working. And I kept seeing something like with insurance, and I thought I could do the same thing I'm doing, and 10 years from now, I'm still going to be going through this, or I could try something else that's going to grow over time that still falls in line with my goals. And when 2020 happened and health insurance has become such a big thing, I was looking at it for a little while, and I saw this one company, U.S. Health Advisors. So I thought, you know what, why not? I reached out during the pandemic. I took a course. I learned it. It was totally new and foreign. Got my license. The state of Florida, everything was so slow and lagging. It took a little bit of time to get the fingerprinting, to get everything, and then I had to go and sit in the testing center. But in the meantime, I've learned, I've grown, I tapped in with a really great team. The group of guys and the team that I've gotten to be able to be a part of with this has really taught me so much and helped me to grow professionally and personally, I think, in a lot of ways. Certain skills I guess I was lacking, and I felt as though I needed to try it. So we have a very unique product. We work with individuals, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, independent contractors. So for instance, if you're a real estate agent or you're a hairdresser, you are paying top dollar for some of the insurance that's out there. But if you're a healthy individual, you know, you're paying a lot for an insurance policy, say Obamacare, okay? The premiums are very expensive, and they have very high deductibles. We had a family of 4, for instance. They were paying $1,800 a month for their premium and had to meet a $12,000 a year deductible before it was even covered by their insurance. That's crazy. How are people supposed to make it with that, you know? And they think that's affordability, but it's really not. So we took them down to $1,200 a month, no co-insurance, no deductible. Everything was covered 100%. They have all their doctor's visits, their wellness care, everything that they need. And we also have some very unique products that are attached to the policy with associations that add benefits to that. So with COVID, everybody's afraid to go to the doctor's office for, you know, if you have pink eye, the child has pink eye, or the flu or something like that, we have MD Live. You call in as part of our service. It's 100% completely free, part of your plan. You can just call them. You can have your prescriptions mailed to your house. We also have, God forbid, if something catastrophic happened with cancer or a heart attack, you're going to get money back. We're going to make sure that you're not only covered for your policy, but that we're protecting you. As a hairdresser, if you got injured, you broke your arm, you're out of work for 6 weeks, we have something on that policy, you're going to have those benefits taken care of, your broken arm, but we're also going to give money back to you so that you can take that time that you need to get better. It's not about if something happens, it's when those big things happen, you don't become a statistic. Nobody ever loses their income or loses their house for a doctor's visit, but it's when those big thing happens, and as an independent contractor or someone can't work, that you need that money to help cross that bridge so that you can take care and get healthy.
Is it your own policy, or is it's not like BC Blue Cross Blue Shield, it's not United, it's your own?
I am with United Healthcare, yes.
So it's its own entity into itself?
No, we're with United Healthcare. It's
Oh, you are? Okay.
It's a United Healthcare company, absolutely.
okay.
We have an underwritten plan. We also have another plan that has a guarantee issue. But we have a unique product that we've added into it with
So
US
it can
Health
be an
Advisors.
individual, you don't necessarily need a group policy, you have
No.
individual policies.
Yes,
And it's not Obama. I'm just trying to explain it like in layman's terms. Does this make sense to you? I'm just,
absolutely.
in my mind, trying to process.
I know, absolutely. I'm sorry. I've just been learning so much about it and still
No, it's
trying
awesome
to
and
get
you're
better
passionate
at
about
talking about it, you know.
So like Slick, he's 27, right? So he's probably off his parents' his mom's insurance.
Absolutely.
But unless he was getting it through his other job, and I don't know if you are, he's like, okay, I need health insurance. I
Yes.
can't afford it, so I just don't have
So at
any.
his age, why would he pay for a policy that's going, because, you know, the bulk of our policy is for healthier individuals that are, you know, doing well on their own. You don't want to pay for a policy that something like Obamacare, they're going to make you pay such a high premium and a high deductible when you're a healthy guy, you barely probably even go to the doctors. You need something that's going to cover you and make sure you're covered, you know, and we bring those options in there. There are options out there. People just don't know it.
And with affordable monthly costs.
You know what? I can't say because everybody
The answer would be
runs it about
yes.
different, but it is very affordable.
There you go.
I'd say for a young guy, he's probably going to fall right around $250 to $300.
okay.
You know what I mean? A month.
And
That's affordable.
it's a preventive policy. In other words, they pay to have exams.
Absolutely, wellness is attached. Yes.
Because the bottom line here is if they can catch things before things happen, it costs them less money. So they want you to do all the preventive tests, and they pay for it. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, it's very good for you to take care of your wellness. You know I did breast cancer awareness on my nails. It's pretty ironic that I'm here today with her. But yeah, breast cancer, I have all my scheduled appointments next week. But yeah, preventative is huge. And yes, we cover that.
All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, let's tie it all up together a little bit more. So, like, do you get insurance from your other job?
Oh no, I just got Blue Cross. I say at Blue Cross. I transferred from Mass Blue Cross to down here, Florida Blue Cross, and the only thing that that's wrong with my policy is that I would like to get therapy sessions covered, and I usually
All right,
go out
let's
to
talk
therapy.
about the mental health component when we
So,
get back from commercial break.
That's the only
Good
thing.
question, Slick.
Yeah.
888-994-4995, and right now that is huge, is what people are looking for. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Hi friends, it's Bree and Ali from Kids and Capes. Tune in Saturday mornings on the Brooklyn Café Kids Television Network at 10 o'clock, where we share fun and ideas. And remember, peace, love, and kindness.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, Visit gubbarum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Introducing Black Tie Liquors, your one-stop shop for wine and spirit needs. Whether you're looking for an ice-cold pack of summer brews or just to grab your favorite bottle of Scotch whiskey, Black Tie Liquors has you covered. Come choose from a wide selection of beers, wines, spirits, or liqueurs. Or if you're in the mood, feel free to grab one of our fresh cigars. Stop by Black Tie Liquors today, located on 5970 South Jog Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Or give them a call at 561-968-0988.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I dropped my bell.
It's funny. Remember when we moved in here, there was no record of this address anywhere because this studio had been empty for plus or minus 20 some odd years.
Some odd years.
Oh, wow. So when we went to even register for the mailbox, no Suite 13. Suite 14 is this bay. That's Suite 13. So we're like, all right, we can use 14. But there was no door for anyone to come in. Nothing. We had to re-register the studio, which was fine. Now, I think we're number one on everyone's delivery list. So yes,
they all
Studio
deliver
13.
here. We get everybody's mail.
How many deliveries have come through here today?
Everybody's
Every day. So I guess we registered it appropriately. And we're like, that was easy. So yes, Amazon, you exactly know where we are.
And our
Amazon
anniversary is coming up, right? In November.
November 1st, yeah.
Is it 1st? Yeah, it is November 1st. We're going to be here 1 year.
Congratulations.
I was here 100 freaking
It's
years.
unbelievable, right? It was actually November 2nd. It was that Saturday we moved out. It was November 2nd.
I need a tall drink.
And it was hot. Remember that moving day? We actually moved in one moving truck. You imagine now?
How can it not be hot? We had 100 boxes in here. She opens up the bay.
Well, it was November. You would think.
It was 98 degrees.
Yep.
And raining and humid. And she invites 100 people.
November, no one moved in, but you know, we were only here a couple months before we had to readjust.
We had everything in that room.
Everything, and we had to readjust. And this was an event space, and now by the grace of God, we've been able to turn this into a studio and a spectacular gallery for art. And Jay Harmon is one of the most amazing artists we have here. We've got the art of Amy Reshevsky. We've got Mark Dane. I think Mark might be bringing in another piece. We should actually bring him on maybe a show. Maybe you can do like an adjunct show.
Maybe you can call Mark.
Oh, I'd love to.
Because Mark is real busy. So maybe you could talk to Mark. And I want the small tabletop pieces.
You did the car with Mark.
Yeah.
Is it
The lighted up car.
McLaren?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to bring that. We want to bring that in here.
So I have to ask you guys, how did you meet?
How did we meet? Well, do you want me to tell?
I feel like we need Dear Abby, like this love relationship on another demographic.
Well,
Go ahead.
you want me to say? Okay. We, I guess we had both been on our own for for quite a while, having both lost our spouses at different times. And so I was rooming with my friend who was the vice president of the American German Club. And so I had free passes to go to Oktoberfest. He gave me passes for that. And it just happened that that day when I was going to Oktoberfest that I came across her picture on the internet. And so I said, well, we'll give it a shot. So I gave her a call, and she said that she was right across the street from Oktoberfest at Buttonwood Park, where her grandson was playing football. And I said, wow, and then I thought, that's a nice segue. I said, you're right across the street from Oktoberfest. And she said, yeah. I said, well, I was wondering if you'd just like to go to Oktoberfest with me. And
Same day, mind you.
yeah, same day. I said, it's tonight.
Why waste time?
You know, I said, you know, life's too short. We gotta get together. So we met that night, and the traffic was so bad. I was in traffic for getting to Oktoberfest. Is usually terrible traffic.
45 minutes I was waiting.
And yeah, she is waiting for me and wondering if I was going to show up. She thought maybe I had.
And I'm talking to my girlfriend in Arizona, and she says, you better call me when you're done, because you're out and nobody's around. Now, I had dated other people after my husband died, and they were nuts. But she says, you call me.
Unlike me.
And you call me when you're done. So after he calls, like, he says, I'm stuck in traffic. I said, my daughter lives 10 minutes from here, and it took me like a half hour to get into the parking lot. So I just talked to my girlfriend while I waited for him to come in. And he called me, and he says, I'm still online, but I'm going to be there. So that was October 15th of.
Yeah.
Wow. That's why you said the other day was your
2011.
anniversary of when you met.
Yeah, it was October 15th. And so we met there, and everything just fell in place after that. And so we were married a year later in November.
November what?
November 11th. That's right. Yeah. She wanted it to be
11/11/11.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out. It was 11/11/12.
Yeah. So it was 11/11/12.
That's awesome. Well,
And-
happy almost anniversary.
I know.
Thank you.
Yes,
Mark
happy
always tells me, keep
anniversary.
him guessing.
What a great story.
That is a great story. And you know, it is very true about the pandemic when you were like having to be sheltered with your spouse. It was just my husband and I, you know, we had a great pandemic. It was like great for us. And he would say, you know, this is just so frustrating. I want to do this and that. And I'm like, I think we have a pretty good. He goes, I know. It's just annoying. We can't do anything else. I'm like, do you know what other people's pandemic is like? We went bike riding. We cooked together. We had a blast, you know.
Well, it's true what you're saying, and it's true that we basically do very well. But let me tell you, I get depressed sometimes, and when it's raining, one Saturday, it's like 5 o'clock and it's time for dinner.
Mike.
Oh, and it's time to make dinner. I went into the kitchen. I was like a 2-year-old having a temper tantrum. I stamped my foot. I'm tired of this house. I don't want to be in this house anymore. I want to get out. I want to go somewhere. Actually, this is my first outing, so, you know, where there's more
That's why we tried to keep this.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
I'm stabbing my foot like crazy, and he says, well, what do you want to do? I can't do anything. You know, I want to, but I don't want to because I'm paranoid. I'm very paranoid with this virus.
Yes.
And I don't want to end up in the hospital I also have an autoimmune disease. So I don't want to be in the hospital for this. So, you know, like I see my sister, this particular day, they went up to Jupiter with her son from Homestead, and they had dinner out. I said, we can't even go out for dinner, right? So it was just one of my down days, really down. But poor him, you know, for like 20 minutes I cried hysterical, and it was like, I don't want to be here anymore, you know.
I couldn't take her anywhere because it was pouring down rain. We were just having one of those deluges. And so, you know, but another reason she's a bit skittish about going out now is another thing that happened this year, which was to add to everything else. We just got through with the treatments and everything, and it was in July. July 10th was her sister's birthday. So the first time we're going to go out somewhere, we went over to her sister's house, and she had people over, but they ate
All
in.
her family.
They
We
ate
on the porch.
Yeah, they had dinner inside. We ate out on the porch, and it was fine, and we had a good time and everything. So I said, "See, we can
talked
finally."
on the porch for a little
Right.
bit.
We can finally get out. And then we found out about a week later that her sister's son, who was there, got COVID.
Oh, God.
he
And
was
so
sick
now
for
she's
7
saying-
days, 7 weeks.
So here we are again, and we can't go out because
We self-quarantined.
so we're
that time.
so we're quarantined again. And so this whole thing happened, and he was sick, very sick for like 7 weeks.
Wow.
And
But
he
at
had,
home.
yeah.
He stayed home, and my sister, who was 82, went there every day to help him out.
Wow.
And she didn't
Yeah.
get sick.
She
How old
got
is he?
sick, but it wasn't
Yeah,
that.
but she
So-
didn't get COVID. And
How old is your nephew? How old is he?
Oh, he's 49, but not married, so he lives alone. And so she just felt that she had to go. My sister loves to be doing for people, and it's her son. And so she thought, this is what she's going to do. I'm 82. If I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get sick. But her husband is 84, who is not well. So he didn't get sick either. But in March he did, okay?
Yeah, he was the reason that we were pretty much grounded the first time. And then after this, we said, oh, it just seems like we go out one time and something else happens.
It's
And
got to be safe.
so she's, she's still very skittish about making too many appearances, and this is one of the few she does. And like when I go out, I do the groceries. For a while, we were having it through shipped. We were having it brought to our home. But then I said, well, I can go out there because they're allowing people to go in the grocery stores and everything. So I wear a mask. I go out, and it used to always be her getting the groceries. She knows what she wants and everything else. But now, since I'm helping with the meals and things, I know a little bit about what we need. And so I go out to the grocery store. I go to different stores different weeks to see what they got. And so I do that.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing?
Yeah.
Chicken breasts.
Any which way?
I have a special way of doing it, and it's
Jay Harmon recipe?
Well,
Give
no,
you
I
some
found this
pointers on
recipe online, but it really, really works, and it's great. I mean, you just take the chicken breasts, and then you soak them in a brine, and then you take them out of the brine, and then you dry them down, and then you put you put a rub or something on them like that, and then you because I have a special rub, and I just got another one to use this last week, new rub, and then we put that on there, and then we set the oven for 450 degrees. You cook it for 15 minutes. You take it out. You put a aluminum foil tent over it, and you let it sit for about 10 minutes. It has to sit. The juices have to sit in there, and then you take it out and serve it, and it is juicy and delicious, and I love it.
Do you cook now?
Roles have been reversed, okay? It's been a pandemic.
Wow.
Roles have been
I'm
reversed.
going to say no.
You know?
I would think that.
Wait. Chelsea was over yesterday.
And you cooked something.
She made pancakes.
Still waiting for
I
your
watched.
part. You watched.
She made dinner. I
You
boiled
watched?
the water and said, I have to do my hair. Are you good with the rest of this? She
You
said,
boiled the water, okay.
So that would be a no.
So on this whole thing, you haven't cooked at all?
I did raise my children, though.
No, I'm not talking about 30 years ago. I'm talking about in the last 6 months.
I've been cooking on Sunday nights, but I got a reprieve last night because my daughter came over, so we used her recipe. Every Sunday night I make the same thing. It's Chelsea's recipe. And last night she cooked, so we were good on that. I made a salad.
Do you eat shrimp?
Cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay.
You go to Costco, and they have a box of shrimp. It's like $14, $15. And it comes with the sauce and everything. All you got to do is open it.
Really?
Yeah, and you eat it. It's on the tail. So you dip it, the do, and the badoo, right?
By the
And you
badoo?
take-
By the badoo?
Every week.
And you go over,
and
you go over,
dying over there.
hold on, you go over to the corn, right? You like corn?
Uh-huh.
And you get some little mini, you ever see those little mini stalks?
The mini ears?
Right.
Yeah, they have like 12,
Right.
another $6. You get a whole meal for 4 people. For 4 even. It depends how much shrimp you want. And then you throw away the package and you say, voila. And you make believe you're sweating.
And what do you do with the tails?
I bury them. What do I do with the tails? I throw them away in a bag outside.
We had this conversation, so whenever
She
something
freeze- yeah,
stinky,
tell her
I
what you do.
freeze it. I put it in a bag and I stick it in the freezer until garbage day. Because
do that.
otherwise, it smells up the house. Do you do that?
She does that.
So sometimes you open my freezer and there's a lot of garbage.
All her
bags.
garbage is in the freezer.
Yeah, we got in the freezer sometimes we got chicken fat, with chicken bones.
Yes.
Chicken fat and chicken bones in your freezer.
In the freezer.
I
you
never
keep
thought to
batteries
do
in
that.
your
That's a
freezer
great
too?
idea.
Wings, things like that.
No, I
you
should,
know,
but,
else.
Have
like
you-
that idea?
Garbage and then it smells.
Have you ever,
They do pick our trash up twice a week, though, so I'm good like
yeah,
that.
us
And I
too,
usually
Tuesday
plan
and
certain
Friday.
things.
You ever put batteries in your freezer? This was the thing in the day.
My mother
No.
does.
No.
You used to put, if you put your batteries in the freezer, there's a rumor that they will recharge. Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
It's a lie. It's a lie. My Nikki used to say, "Oh look, Harry got battery juice."
There you go.
Can
Just
you
ask
drink
my
this?
mom. She
You're
does the
right.
same thing. All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, let's find out more about the insurance policies that you're working with, and so people can get some information.
Yeah, and people want to know how to reach you too.
888-994-4995, and we'll be right back.
Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Café TV channel on Apple TV. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Together, we inspire creativity.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too. Your systems are offline.
station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You know, there was something on Facebook that were asking for songs. Open it. They were asking for songs that started with a color. Right? So it came, I wrote in Purple Rain because that's what I remember. Do you remember any other song that started with a color?
Blue Moon.
Red Velvet.
Red Velvet.
Well, I can't stand you guys. You make it look so freaking easy. Never mind.
Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet. Red Velvet.
Oh, wait.
And Blue Velvet.
Blue suede shoes.
There you
Yeah, there you go.
What else you got? What else you got there, big boy?
Come on, Jay.
Slick, anything? There you go, Valerie.
Oh no, but that's no. That's
Let's charge him up.
Black is black.
What about the brown eyes, something?
Brown Eyed Girl.
Ah, there you go.
What was that black magic moment?
Black Magic Woman.
Black
There you
Magic
go. Give
Woman.
that lady a prize.
Santana.
Ding, ding.
I remember that one from my ex-wife. I dedicated it to her.
You know what? Let's check that battery also before we lose that. See how much time we got left on it.
All right, so let's
We
get
have
to
40?
Christina, because
Okay.
Christina, people are wanting to know how they reach out to you to get more information.
Oh, you can call me directly. My phone number is 215-622-4236. It's completely free to give you a free quote. You know, I'm not only an agent, but I'm also an advisor. So as an advisor, you know, I'm not a broker. I'm not going to get paid to send you to 5 different kinds of insurance policies or all over. I'm strictly with United Healthcare, but I can look and see what is going to be the best option for you and your family or you and your situation. Is it going to be a plan that I can, you know, give you with my company, or is there a different plan that you need that's going to meet your needs and make sure that you're covered for everything that you need to be covered for, and cost effective as well. You know, that's always, price is always a big thing for people, but also making sure if you have pre-existing conditions, if you're diabetic or any of those things that come into play, we want to make sure that you're covered, everything that you need. So I can always give you that advice so you know at least what your best option is and how that's going to cover you.
And there's different policies. So you have like individual, or they might be catastrophic, or they're different levels, different doctors, or it's just one pretty much straight plan.
What I have is a national PPO. Okay, I have one, you know, I pretty much have 1 or 2 products that are going to work with people. You know, we work with a lot of healthy people. One of my plans, you have to be pretty healthy, you know, not too many conditions going on. That's how we're able to keep the affordability of our costs down with a great network. So we have a national PPO. We're all throughout the country. God forbid you were sick and you had cancer, you wanted to go to a specialist in Texas, you're going to be covered. A lot of HMOs, they're going to keep you in a smaller network, and that's a lot of the ACA plans that are out there. You also have an EPO. It's a little bit better than an HMO. It's kind of pretty similar, but you're also, again, very limited with your network. Whereas with me, I have a national PPO. Okay, you do have to be a little healthy to be qualified and to get approved through our underwriting. So if you'd like any options, or even if you want me to look at what you have and go over it, I can do that as well and let you know what's going on.
So your plan allows me to pick a doctor into your plan, as opposed to picking a doctor
PPO,
into
you
the
don't
plan?
even have to have a primary doctor. You can go to a specialist. You can go anywhere. You don't need that. With an HMO, I know you have to get a referral. With
Yeah.
ours, you don't need that.
And they're asking about pre-existing conditions, which is the biggest political hotbed right now going on.
It is
How
a
does it
big
work with
political thing.
that?
Well, with the plan that I have 2. So because Obamacare is getting ready to be open enrollment, and open enrollment is starting on November 1st, I'm not allowed to write my guarantee issue plan with private plans. So I'm not going to go into the political side of the ACA, but knowing what I've learned with the ACA that's out there in Obamacare, because open enrollment, they're only going to write you from November 1st until the end of December, I believe. Yeah, January 1st, I think, is the end. With me, you don't have open enrollment or any of that. I can write my healthy plan right now if you don't have pre-existing. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to Obamacare. Or if you waited until January, then I can write health access. I can write a better plan that's, you know, does do guarantee issue, does cover pre-existing.
You can't do it now?
No.
It's not open yet.
So when they say that the ACA is the only place to get pre-existing conditions, and a lot of private insurances won't cover that. That's not necessarily true. So private insurance companies, we're not really allowed to write our guarantee issue plans right now.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. You don't have to answer because it is a political hotbed. And you don't have to answer. But I'm going to ask because you're a pro in this field. I've been wanting to ask somebody for the longest.
Please do.
Obamacare, very expensive.
It is.
And a lot of people don't take it. And it's really meant for younger guys who aren't going to use it, and they're paying numbers.
And that's where I come into play. You know, you're younger, you're healthy. There's a lot of people out there that are healthy that don't need that. You know,
Correct.
If you have a lot of things going on, please, it is a great tool. It's going to help them, and it's going to cover everything that they need. The problem that we're having with any insurance is if an insurance company is writing people that have a lot of conditions going on, they're going to get in, they're going to pay a premium or two, get covered what they need covered, then they're going to drop their policy. You're not locked in. There's no contract that says you have to stay with your insurance if you drop it, you know. So now the insurance company, it costs the insurance company more money to write that plan than they ever made back in the premium. So when you have people that are doing that with Obamacare, for instance, it drove the cost of the premiums up, and now that deductible has come up so high. Obamacare also goes up on average 18 to 20% every single year. With a plan like I have for a healthy person, why are they paying for all that when they don't even need that? They need their wellness cover. If they get sick, they can go to a doctor. An emergency happens, they're covered 100%. We keep the cost down because we're writing in that umbrella for that one particular plan.
Well, let me ask you about mental health coverage.
Yes, that's one thing that we don't cover.
Okay.
You know, that because that's another big thing.
It's
a
big
lot
thing.
of insurance companies are getting away from covering that, believe it or not.
A lot of correct.
Yeah, and a lot of really good doctors are also not going with HMOs. They're staying more in a PPO network. So to get the better doctors and better care, you know, you do want to look at those PPOs versus that HMO as well.
And again, you don't have to answer because I don't want to put you on the spot. I understand.
I don't mind answering.
I understand the logistics. You go to a doctor, right? And he says, how you feel? I'm sick. Okay, here, take an aspirin, see you. That's not care.
Nope.
But it is classified as care because you went to see him. It is classified as care. You understand the difference? Bad care, good care,
You're
and
asking
everything in
me?
between. Yeah, I know you know. I know you know, but you and me aren't allowed to take sides.
We're not taking sides.
Yeah, we are.
And
I am today. Because I can tell you, just because somebody says you want an aspirin doesn't mean you're getting care.
And this is where we have
not every
plugged
physician
in.
is for everyone.
No, but you know what, and especially nowadays, you don't need to run to the doctor for every little sniffle or every little thing. I know if I have the flu, I don't want to get out of the bed and go see the doctor. You know, I was sick as a dog. Let me call you, tell you what's going on, send me in the script that I need, and let's be done with it. And telehealth is a big thing.
A lot of things have changed now with telehealth.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of people, when they use telehealth, they still have to pay the same copay if they have those copays that they would for the doctor. With my policy, we have something called MD Live. It's 100% free. So you have that 24 hours a day.
And you would know more than I would, that insurance companies are only covering it somewhere in the vicinity of November, because once all of this started, it was equal. You could still bill the same billing on your telehealth as a patient coming in because you could not. So what's happening now is doctors are like, heck, this is really working. And the patients are really enjoying it, so you don't have to go out. Now, if you have a pre-existing condition that you can't go out, or you're susceptible or autoimmune issue that you cannot, it is being covered. But my understanding is come November-ish, the visits are not going to be equally covered unless the patient cannot come to you for a medical, not for a medical reason, but because they can't come. Because
Now,
of
see,
the
I
issue.
can't speak on that because, like I said, with my insurance policy that we have something built in. It's called MD Live. So my clients are covered 100% free. They can call. You know, you wake up in the middle of the night, your child has 103 fever. I can just call and it's covered. You know, we're not charging them a
So
deductible
there's
or
no
anything.
gray area that says, well, you should come. You have to come in because there's no gray area. It's just covered. You see, to me, medicine is really simple. You're either going to fix me or you're not.
I agree.
Not everything can be fixed.
Oh,
though.
no. Everything can be fixed if there's enough money on the table. You ever seen, the president got out in 3 days with the virus and he's out campaigning again.
You know what? My philosophy with training, with health insurance, with individuals, and it still remains the same. The doctors are not magic. wellness is a big, big component. You have to take your health into your hands. And even if you have pre-existing conditions, even if you have an illness that you're fighting, you know, the number one thing that you can do is movement to your body, just taking a walk, and your nutrition. What are you putting in to feed your body? Put real energy in. Everything is energy, you know. Put the good things in and help the good things to survive. If you're constantly beating yourself down with bad things, how are you going to ever give your body something optimal to go with that extra mile? Yeah, we have to work through and maneuver things, but doctors are not magic.
Junk in, junk out.
Well, it's food, it's exercise, and it's mindset.
And it's portions. Do you know, I was told, you can actually have a piece of meat.
Yes, you can.
Now, if I were to trace that meat back, that it was in Iowa, where there was nuclear waste in the ground, it could be pretty bad for you.
Okay, or the piece of meat is this big.
Well, that's the other thing. The piece of meat has to be this big. You ever gone to a restaurant and they charge you $55 for a piece
fillet
of meat?
that's this big?
I'd rather just go to Costco and pick it up and have a piece of meat and be done with it.
I think that's what's changing. Unfortunately for the restaurant industry, I think a lot of people our age, your age, are saying, you know what? I don't have to go out and spend $50 on this piece of meat. I can go to Costco, or I can even order. You can order it in because you don't have the alcohol on top of it that always doubles your bill because you go out, you socially drink. Then the tip is different. You can still enjoy a nice meal.
You see what happens when you go out? I should ask Mia this question. You don't order any drinks. Yeah, no, I'm not drinking. Give me water. The service changes real quick.
No.
It really does,
yes.
because I drink water 99% of the time when I go out.
I says, I'll take a piece of lemon. They forget the lemon.
They'll come back and ask me probably 5 or 10 times, are you sure? We can't get you anything else?
Because they're making money on the booze.
I don't want to drink.
Yeah, restaurants, definitely. You're not making a whole lot on the food. It's always on the alcohol, for sure.
And I told you that I went yesterday to a place, and I loved the place for brunch, and I'm not going to sit in there anymore. It's gotten...
Did you eat inside?
I did, but I'm not doing it again. I'm not. And then I went and I jumped in their sink in the bathroom, and I'm washing myself all over. And I says, okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here because, there were too many people. It was all over the place. Nice place, but, it is what it is. And I discovered I wear a mask. I protect this way.
Yes.
They don't wear a mask. They're not protecting this way. And so I say something, and it gets a little bit crazy, and here we go, and the dance begins. There's a guy next to me, and he's screaming at a woman across the room, and he's having a conversation with her. It says, excuse me. So I took my alcohol bottle, and I gave him a little wash. He didn't appreciate that.
Or then you just don't go.
I don't want his breath all over me.
Then you just don't go to the restaurants anymore.
That's unfortunate then, and we're back to that scenario that you can't go, that you can't do. This is why I love Chef that we had on Friday. He goes to your house, you bring some candles, you take care of business. This guy's a great cook. He's in and out of your house in less than an hour. And the rest of the deal is you. And you have everything you want because he makes everything.
He'll be back, I think, again this week.
He's coming back again this Friday.
See what he's making again on Friday.
Phenomenal.
And I want to introduce Christine to Wayne Henry from
Absolutely.
Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida, because they have an amazing plan for putting your preneed in place.
Oh, nice.
And it's of no cost to the business to join, but it's of great benefit if, God forbid, someone from the business passes, their spouse, all the way down to your grandchildren are covered with these dignity plans. And
that's fun.
So I'm going to introduce you because maybe your company,
thank you.
Right? Because you've had a huge company.
Well, you're an asset because Obamacare is about to open. 20.2 million. I know the number by heart because the two clowns are just fighting over this stupidity. But what good is 20.2 million of bad coverage?
I agree.
What good is that?
I agree.
I mean, I don't understand
Without
why.
getting too political, when I hear the one party constantly say, I'm so passionate about the Obamacare, I'm like, if they're preying on people that really don't know and they make them think their pre-existing conditions are just going to go away. What I can say that the Trump administration did do, nobody really wants to navigate the healthcare. So going after the insurance companies, it's not always just the insurance companies' fault because of everything that is going on. What Trump did go after is the pharmaceutical companies, and he's making them lower the cost on the medications that are out there. He did make it so if you don't get a certain amount of coverage that's just Obamacare that you're going to get hit with your taxes. And he also put a plan in place. I think it's called the HRA. Don't quote me. I'm still learning all these things, so I'm sorry, guys. But if an employer wants to cover an employee, 9 times out of 10, they're not covering the rest of the family. So if the family tries to go on that plan, it becomes way too expensive for that family. So what the employer can do is say, you know what, I was going to pay $350 a month towards your health care. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give that to you in your check as that, and you can go with your family and price out what the best option for health care is for you and your family, but I can give that money to you. So the employer has that option, and they can still take advantage of the tax credits to go along with that to help and cover their employee. So they're able to really give you so much more of an option than you just being limited, because Obamacare is not the best option for everyone. It has its place, and it does help certain people, absolutely, but it's really not for everyone.
You know, it's interesting because I remember you could get tetracycline from Mexico if you went to Tijuana, and you used to get a bag of tetracycline for $10. And here in the States, it costs you $100 to get 10 pills.
Why is that?
You
Why in
tell
other
me.
countries they can pay $5 for something that we're paying hundreds of dollars, and they're billing the insurance company, so it's driving our healthcare costs like crazy.
That's the problem.
It's not
And
right.
I've seen specials about diabetic medicine, insulin.
Yes.
And I've seen people going over the border to Canada to buy it for $10 a vial. Right? And here it's $250 a vial. When I had to take insulin, it was $250 for that stick.
Well, the insurance company just stopped covering my Synthroid.
Wow.
Okay.
Synthroid, right? I've been on it for 12 years. Even the pharmacist said, I've never heard of why. And I have United, I have a PPO, we have a big policy, and they just sent me a letter. We're no longer going to cover my Synthroid or my Cytomel. So none of my thyroid medications
That's insane.
are covered anymore on my plan. And we pay, well, you know what we pay,
Yeah.
but it's crazy.
But I don't understand.
Because insurance can just say, nope, you're not covered.
See, that's
Just
my
because.
biggest fear. You know, you set up a great plan, and next thing you know, they're not covering your medicines. Yeah. So I got off of the insulin. I'm off the insulin. But then I wrote and complained, and there is a company that came forward, and they dropped that $250 injection down to $10.
Yeah. That's what they say if you go to the company that makes them. Then
Direct.
You can get it a lot cheaper if you have problems with paying it. That's what I've been told.
It's crazy.
And Linda told me, come. She took me to the pharmacies, and they have insulin in vials for $15 a pop.
But you got to make sure it's the right.
Well, and this is my thing. I said to the pharmacist, all right, look at this, $250. Look at yours. What's the difference? Is Freddie? Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
And this is a problem because you can go to certain doctors and they want $500 to say, hello, how are you? You go to another doctor and he'll give you for $5. He'll actually give you some medicine. I understand the whole thing, like 2020, it's upside down. But don't think that there is only one way to this deal. Do your homework.
Absolutely.
And here you are again. I'm telling you again, you got people in here who have gone through it, who are offering you advice. Take the consult and learn a little bit. Learn just un poquito. Just do that and make your life a little bit better because at least, whether you choose Obamacare or not, who cares? You're going to making the right choice for you and your family.
All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, let's wrap it up. You have that tip and split? We got to give it to Mia.
This
You
one?
can keep one. We'll give her another one. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We are on fire. So let's spread your business like a wildfire. Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Café TV channel on Amazon Fire. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Together, we ignite.
Mark Dane's paintings are custom designed specifically for your space. Each design will not only illuminate your space, but will also function as a truly unique light painting. Each piece is handcrafted using various dichroic glass shapes mounted at precise angles on a metal or wood panel. A specific integrated light source strikes the glass shapes to produce a combination of highly saturated colors. The light paintings can be customized to any shape, practically any size, and in any color combination. They can be configured to produce in excess of 5,000 lumens and may be placed on a table, a pedestal, in a niche, or hang on the wall. Come to the gallery at the theater and talk to Mark about placing a piece of his art in your home.
Pizza District is the official pizzeria of the Brooklyn Café show. They have amazing deals, great food, and an even better customer connection. Their owner, Nico, runs the friendliest and cleanest pizzeria for miles around. With their pizza made with whole wheat, gluten-free, cauliflower crust, and traditional New York style, you can't go wrong. Plus all the extras like salad and chicken wings. They are a family-run business with a great atmosphere. Call today to order your pizza and tell them the Brooklyn Café sent you at 561-961-4163. That's 561-961-4163 for Pizza District, the official pizzeria of the Brooklyn Café show.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Thank you, mi gente, thank you. I feel like...
Freddie on his soapbox.
It's not that, I just get very upset because it's not fair. You know, there's not fair and then there's what's going on.
I agree.
You're right.
You know, and if you don't pay for health care, all right, I'm a politician, I'm a senator, I ain't gonna pay for health care, but you're gonna take your magic little pen and you're gonna say, I'm not gonna let you have this. Put him in with me. Take away his rights too, and you're gonna see the conversation's gonna change. You think it's fair? That some people can afford things and others can't?
Nope.
I agree. And that same person, while everybody else is in a pandemic and all these people lost their jobs, let me stand in front of my $10,000 refrigerator and show you all my ice cream that I have in my refrigerator. What?
Correct.
Ain't right.
He's correct about that. Yeah. No, because like they honestly are talking about stuff that if they were in the same shoes that majority of America's walking in, they'll be like, oh, it's not right. But they want to, you know, stagnate us or basically put us on pause just because they feel as though it's not correct just as yet.
No, they're creating divide. They're trying to divide us.
That's right. That's right. You know something?
Unbelievable.
But pain does not discriminate.
Nope.
It takes everybody from children
Most
to
definitely.
99-year-olds. And when you live in pain, you live in pain.
Absolutely.
When you can't figure out what you're going to do, everybody. It affects everybody. I don't care if you're a multimillionaire or not, because you too can get sick, just like anybody else.
Absolutely.
Right? The White House, everybody got sick.
Yes.
I mean, everybody's affected by this. So use some common sense, man. That's all I'm asking. You ain't got to be right. You ain't got to get it right. Just use some common sense. And if we get it wrong, we pivot and we got to get it right. Okay, so you wanted to touch on another base real quick?
Oh, okay. So I always like to talk about positives of things as well. Excuse me. With Obamacare, you know, open enrollment is beginning November 1st. If it's the best option for you and your family, you know, if you have a household, say, of a family of 4, and your income falls below, the household income falls below $100,000 or $104,000, you're going to be eligible for subsidies that's going to help with those health care costs. Of course, the closer your income comes to that subsidy, the less, or to that income bracket, the less of a subsidy you'll be eligible for. So Obamacare definitely helps when your income is falling below a certain bracket. That's why it works within your income. Also, if you do have a lot of pre-existing conditions and you do have a lot of health things going on, it is going to help you in that case as well. So, you know, if you're getting ready for open enrollment, or you're tired of your healthcare, or you're just unsure of what's going on, just reach out to me. I can do a quick conversation with you, just navigate some things. We can figure it out, what's good for you, if I'm a good fit, or if one of the other plans are going to be a really good fit for you. Either way, I want to help make sure that your family is covered, because in this crazy world and everything that's going on, that's the one thing you can at least have peace of mind with, you know. My number, 215-622-4236. You can email me at christine.kiefer@usadvisors.com. I believe they have my card and all that as well. So yeah, just reach out. We can do a quick call. It costs nothing. You know, quotes are free. All of that is free, and I'll be able to just help you find what's the best option.
And consultations are free, correct?
Absolutely.
All
Always.
right. I mean, get your groove on. At least find out what can and can't. Even if you don't buy anything from Christina, at least
Absolutely.
learn the rights, wrongs, and what you can pick and choose and make a right move. You know.
Great information. And Jay, how do people find you and all your amazing art?
Well, my artwork can be found at coloredpencilartist.com, and they can come here to the studio and see a lot of my artwork here all around the studio, and also at the radio station.
True that. And it's funny because Jay's show is here on Thursday
afternoon, 2:30.
At 2:30, and today we invited Jay's wife to come in because it is
Thank
Cancer
you very much for having
Awareness
me.
Week, and Barbara.
Everybody, go get your mammography, because it does help to catch anything early.
And that was one of the reasons we had her come in. And it's unfortunate you were involved in a little auto accident last week, and we postponed it to today. But look at how things work out.
Isn't that funny?
You're here, she's here, and it actually worked out better than if you were here last week.
The universe knows.
It goes to show you good stuff. And your office is not too far from here, right?
No, I'm right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
But you know what, with everything that's going on, I would just do something with you over the phone, and then I can do a screen share with you where you're in front of your computer, your smartphone. I can go over everything with you so you can see it. So, you know, we can be socially distanced and everybody is safe. That's the most important thing.
And everything that you give is to the betterment. You're going to give them choices and everything
Absolutely.
else to make a choice, which is really, really
That's
great.
a passion of mine. It always has been. You know, I like to help people. I'll never get past that. That's my core values, and that's one of the reasons I partnered with the company that I did as well.
It's just about, it's always whatever we can do to educate and inform, get your mammogram. It's breast cancer awareness, but also a lot of breast cancer prevention. I know Tracy from Healing Moments Wellness Boutique is here to help people with detoxing their body with her infrared sauna, with massage, with releasing the stress. And Slick, we'd laugh about balancing your chakras. And Leslie Carmen from Carmen Care. Truly, if you can get some alignment and clarity and reduce the anxiety, all these things build up and at some point become something physical in your body, unfortunately. We have to let go of the stress. And yes, this is me closing my tabs and let going the stress.
And here we go.
Because it's the only way, and things manifest. And right now, migraines and stomach and cancer and things build up. Just try to relax. We've got amazing, amazing clients that we work with that right here in our community in Boca Raton that are here to help you. And then we've got some all the way in Hawaii that are here to help you energetically through the airwaves, which is an unbelievable concept. More to come with that this week also.
Yeah, that's core health. And it's really funny because people say, core health, what the hell? Think about it this way. You make yourself sick, so why can't you make yourself better?
Exactly.
And core health with Kat does work. I spoke to her for a little bit yesterday.
Just patience.
And it's there because you find out what's causing you to be sick is the person in the mirror.
I got to tell you, what she did it all. I did nothing but lay there and say, I accept and I hear, and all, it's just in your mind. And today, I feel a whole lot better.
You look a
It's
whole lot better
beautiful,
too, which is a nice thing. And Barbara, I hope you get better and better, keep going better and better, and keep going, and become an advocate for us when you come. And we're going to make a big poster of you and everything else. You know, it's funny because baseball, football, usually they're all in pink.
Oh, yeah.
And because of the pandemic, they're just worried about taking tests now, and they've sort of gotten away from that. But I remember the NFL, everything was pink,
Yeah, they had
right?
pink socks and pink shoes.
Everything was pink. The baseball bats, everything. The World Series, you got the Tampa Bay against the Dodgers. Usually there are pinks.
But it's
slips
not
and
just
everything
this
else.
month. I think it's always, and I think everyone should always have this in the forefront of your mind, that whatever, there's always a month to bring awareness to, whether it be breast cancer, ovarian cancer, prostate cancer. There's always a month, but it's not just the month. It's about living the healthy lifestyle, making your pre-planning, get your health insurance if you can, get some information, talk to Wayne Henry from Dignity Memorial, get your pre-planning in place, because it just takes one of those more stressors out of your life to say, you know what, I got this, I'm prepared, and it's preventative, always.
That's right. And you got to feel good about yourself and make sure that happens. Take care of you. We always say, take care of you, because if you don't,
That oxygen mask on you first.
ain't nobody going to care about you as much as you care about yourself.
I don't know if that's true, but you got to love you first.
I've been seeing 58 years of it being true, honey. I'm going to tell you something. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. Show me. Show me. Give a damn, and it will change things for everybody.
We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time. Thank you so much for joining us, Jay, Barbara,
you.
Christine, Slip,
Thank
our
you for
crew,
having
as
me.
always. Amazing. Teddy, we're still thinking about you. You'll be back on next week. Have a great day, everyone.
Teddy,
Stay safe.
driving.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you later.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing